diving into one of the most legendary language blunders, guys, made by English speakers learning European Portuguese or Spanish, for that matter, guys. And this is the word embaraçada. Embaraçada versus pregnant. All right. So we're talking about a word, that has caused more confusion, chuckles, and cold stares than you believe. Let's, look at it in this perspective. You're at a lovely cafe in Lisbon. You've just spilled, your espresso all over the table. You're flustered and you try to apologize in your best Portuguese. And you say, "Ai, desculpa, estou tão embaraçada." A dramatic pause, guys, because your friend stares at you, the waiter glances at your belly, and someone drops their pastel de nata, and you realize, oops, too late. You just told the entire cafe that you are pregnant. But all you really wanted to say was that you were embarrassed. So let's break it down. In Portuguese, embaraçada, okay, equals embarrassed, tangled, awkward. Example, fiquei embaraçada quando esqueci o nome dele. I was embarrassed when I forgot his name. In Spanish, embaraçada equals pregnant as well. So if you're speaking Spanish in Mexico or Colombia, embaraçada equals baby on board. No confusion there, guys. But in Portuguese, that word just doesn't exist in the same way. Here's the kicker, guys. These two words look nearly identical, but they live in completely different emotional environments, guys. One is, one means, oops, that was awkward. The other is, oops, I'm having a baby. And this, meus amigos, is why we always double check our vocabulary before expressing our emotions in another language. You want to say you're embarrassed in Portuguese? Say, estou embaraçada. If you are a woman, estou embaraçado. If you are a man. It comes from the idea of being tangled up, like you're caught up in a moment that is actually, messy, uncomfortable, or socially awkward. But if you say estou grávida, that means you're pregnant. There's no room for interpretation, guys. So unless you're actually expecting, let's leave grávida out of your vocabulary until further notice, guys. So if you're really embarrassed and want to lighten the mood, you can always follow up, your blooper with quer dizer embaraçada de vergonha, não grávida. And you're already saying, I mean to say embarrassed out of shame, not pregnant. Okay, guys? Now, this usually gets a good laugh, but it also saves the day. So this mix-up reminds us that language is about more than words, guys. It's about context, emotion. It's about the nuances of the language, the cultural background. And when we say the cultural background, we mean how persons actually interpret the feeling behind the word. So, well, knowing whether or not you're about to shock a room full of strangers, with accidental pregnancy announcements or talking about being awkward and shy is very important, guys. So, be embaraçada, não grávida, unless, of course, you are really giving your friends some good news. Até já!